Esztergom is a city located west of the Hungarian capital of Budapest, on the Slovakian border. Below flows the river Danube, and situated on a huge rock, a basilica and castle. Between Castle Hill and the Danube is the atmospheric Víziváros, City of Waters. The rear of the mighty cathedral rises above the steeply sloping rocky hill. This Hungarian Rome lives completely in the shadow of the Catholic Church as the centre of Hungary and residence of the country's Primas. This area has been inhabited since the Prehistoric Stone Age, and both Celts and Romans settled here. In 970 AD, Magyaran Grand Duke Getzer had a governmental palace built here, and his son, King Stephan, was made a saint, and the town became the cradle of Hungary. On April 23, 1822, the foundation stone of the Basilica was added to earlier church buildings after Vienna's Imperial court helped return the city's archbishops to power. This classical basilica is the largest church in Hungary and a national symbol. Joseph Hilt planned the imposing building according to the design of St. Peter's Basilica. At its consecration on August 31, 1856, Franz Liszt performed a specially composed festive Mass in the presence of Emperor Franz Joseph. In this building, everything is based upon its dimensions. 107 meters to the dome, 118 feet long, 48 feet wide. The main sanctuary was designed to highlight the power of the archbishops. It was the Mongols and later the Turks who expelled Catholic power to Buda and Visegrad. No expense was spared. The most gifted artists created a body of work in magnificent classical style. It can accommodate a congregation of 8,000, and even today, each detail of this monumental building radiates both awe and pomp. The huge pipe organ, although dominant, blends into the surrounding light grey of the building's artificial marble. There are various side altars. Particularly well known is the Bakocs Chapel, situated in the left side nave. Red and white marble adorn this early Renaissance tomb chapel, the only work of art of the old historic cathedral that has largely survived destruction. It is believed that the chapel was originally divided into 1,600 parts, and then each was relaid in a different setting. "57 steps down into the crypt beneath the church, two huge statues stand in salute. In Egyptian style, the rooms here contain the sarcophagi of several archbishops. The final resting place of these men of God are guarded by large marble angels symbolizing grief and eternity. The laborious climb to the church dome is well rewarded. The overwhelming panorama is worth the narrow walk on the outside of the dome, although is certainly not for the faint-hearted. Opposite the cathedral are the partially reconstructed remains of the royal palace. Formerly the residence of Hungary's monarchy for around 250 years, until the city was almost completely destroyed during Mongol invasion. Then the Archbishop's palace was built here and inhabited until the Turkish invasion of August 1543. Today, the restored rooms are used in part as a museum, with a crown, jewellery, an emblem and frescoes on display. Also, a 12th century castle chapel was discovered, which marks the transition from Gothic to Romanesque. Today's superb views were formerly desperate observations of encroaching danger. The Turks invaded and created extreme devastation. The fortress palace of the archbishops was both abandoned and buried. From 1934, extensive excavations took place, which even as a ruin are impressive. Since 1987, they have been open to the public. On the 15th of August 2001, the Millennium Monument was positioned on the northern bastion, the coronation of Saint Stephan by Archbishop Dominican. This, the former ecclesiastical and secular centre of Stephan's empire, has indeed survived the ravages of time.